Hello there, I'm Aidan, and welcome to A Pastor's Life for Me. What is hope? It's a word that we use all the time. I hope I make the football team. I hope we are there on time. I hope I don't forget my lines in the school play. But does this modern definition of hope line up with the biblical definition? And if you watched our last definition video on trust, you'll know that sadly, it doesn't. I also said in that video, the words trust, faith, and hope are somewhat interchangeable in their biblical definitions. But in our modern definition, that doesn't work. It is defined as a feeling of expectation and desire for a particular thing to happen, wanting something to happen or to be the case. Now, this is a big difference compared to the biblical definition. How so? So Spencer here asked me to help him with his helmet because I've had some experience doing some cosplay and costume building. And so Spencer, he trusts me to not destroy his helmet in the process.
Please don't, it was expensive.
He has faith in my abilities, he believes in me, and so he trusts me. He's got hope that I'm not gonna butcher this thing.
The way you say it doesn't make me have any more trust in you.
However, that is a modern definition of hope. So, our modern definition of hope means wishful thinking. Hope in the biblical definition means knowing for certain. We hope Jesus returns. We hope that when we die, we will go to heaven. This is not wishful thinking. It is certainty. It is assurance. We know that these things will take place. The major difference between the modern definition and the biblical definition of hope is that the modern allows you to be wrong. It allows for failure. It allows for doubt. What we wish for, what we expect, doesn't always happen. But what the Bible tells you to put your hope in, it will come to pass. So when you look at it from this perspective, you can see how the words faith, hope, and trust are somewhat interchangeable. Louw defines hope as looking forward with confidence to things that are good and beneficial. The key word here being confidence. Modern, expectation. Biblical, confidence. In my earlier example with Spencer, he had confidence in me to be able to work on his helmet and not mess it up. We could easily replace the word confidence with any of these words: trust, faith, belief, and hope. Hope is the confidence that we have in the promises of God. This is not a wishful hope like how we modernly use the word. No, it is the assurance we have because biblical hope is never in vain. Though we can have false hope, the things the Bible tells us to put our hope in, they will never fail. Hope is somewhat synonymous with faith, trust, and belief, because all deal with our ability to have confidence in God since He is faithful to do what He says He will do. This kind of hope can only be possessed by believers, since any hope that an unbeliever has will only put them to shame in the end. But our hope will come to pass because God is faithful and true. Now, I guess the big question is, do we now have to use the biblical definition of hope for the things of today? Should we stop saying things like, I hope we get there on time, knowing there's a good chance we will be late? Of course not. And there's nothing really wrong with our definition of hope. It does well to express what we're feeling. I'm simply pointing out that there is a big difference between the modern and the biblical. Nowhere in the Bible will you read something like, he hoped he did not make a mistake, or she hoped it wouldn't rain today. The Bible never uses our modern definition when it uses the word hope. Our hope is certain, and there is no room for failure. Subscribe to the channel and like this video. I'm also interested in hearing what words you'd like me to define next. I'd also love to hear of more modern words that have a different definition than the biblical. But until next time, remember, know the word, do the word, and share the word. But as always, we do it in love.